Hey, guess what? Guess what? I just walked 100 miles. Today is day 8 of through hiking the Pacific Crest Trail with my guitar, a 2,600-mile-long trail that goes from Mexico to Canada, taking you through some of the most beautiful scenery of the Wild West. Another day, another 4 a.m. wake up for me. Wow, first light. And the moon is so bright, don't even need my headlamp. The clouds look so beautiful. Woo-wee! Wow. Changed my mind, but nothing beats early morning hiking. Look at those clouds and those and the moon. Sure hope I don't get addicted to the natural dopamine of the sunrise. Oh boy. This morning just keeps on giving. Here I got a great view of the ridgeline that I've been walking across all day. Hello, Mr. Snake. This is pretty metal. This bird is just in a tree eating a squirrel hanging from the tree. Ew, gross. I passed the 100-mile mark and camped soon after, where there were a lot of talkative frogs keeping us. No! It's a bit of a gloomy morning in the desert. This is the first day it hasn't been like a sunny and hot desert day. This rock looks just like an eagle. It feels like Sound of Music, but like very depressing because it's cloudy and stuff. Yes. My fellow pilgrims. Okay, side note, I did just remember that the Sound of Music is super depressing because it's about the Nazis, which are a lot more depressing than clouds. So, I take it back. Alright, the day is certainly cheering up a little bit. It started to rain, so I'm using my pack liner to protect my guitar. Innovation that excites. After my morning walk through the meadow, I made it to the small town of Warner Springs, where I had a package waiting for me that I'd shipped myself earlier. Then I hung out in the Warner Springs Community Center for a bit with some other like-minded hikers who were taking a bit to dry their tents and charge their phones. The guy behind the desk even gave his keys to another hiker so we could drive to the general store. Headed back on trail. My guitar, my friends, is blowing in the wind. My guitar is blowing in the wind. First cows to trail. Heavenly rays of sunlight. It felt good to head back into the mountains at the end of the day to set up camp. What is this place? I'm leaving the meadows of Warner Springs behind me and heading up into the mountains. Someone found a sick spot for a break. Oh yeah. Here comes 100 grand. Oh, he's so little. Yeah, buddy.
He's a climber boy.
We then made it to Mike's place, which is an interesting stop for sure. It's this guy's house that's right next to the PCT, and he loves to host hikers, so he let us in his house. I got to cook spaghetti for a bunch of hungry hikers, and he let everyone tent outside. Good morning on day 11 of the Pacific Crest Trail. I woke up early so I could see the sunrise and also get some miles out of the way while it was still cool. And the sun just came up. All right, so here's the sitch. If I walk a marathon today, I can have a burger. So, by all means, that is the plan. Woo-wee! Done a half marathon before 10 a.m. Loving the cactus out here. What in the trail magic? Yay! I just spent so long sitting under that umbrella at the Trail Magic, where these nice people just left a bunch of stuff in coolers for us, like sandwiches and cold Gatorade and stuff, and out here we call that Trail Magic, so really warmed my heart. Almost done with my miles for today. I can see the cars driving by on the road. I just got my first hitchhike within literally a minute of being on the road. He only took me a mile down to the Paradise Valley Cafe, but I should be able to hitch better from this intersection. And looks like I was right. You're about to witness the fastest hitchhike in world history right here. And just like that, I was on my way to the town of Idlewild for the night, where I shared some accommodations with 100 grand and Stag. Good morning on day 12 of hiking from Mexico to Canada. Today was Easter, and I'd heard the local church was very welcoming to hikers, so I stopped on over. And I was right, they gave me a brunch, and then invited me to their special Easter lunch, where they fed me lots of amazing food and asked me to play the guitar for them, which I was more than happy to. There were even Easter eggs. They sent me on my way with some food and a cake, so it was really, really nice. Grocery haul. After stocking up on food, I got a hitchhike back to the trail. And I'm back on trail. Now that is what I'm about to be walking into. Too beautiful. Because I started walking after 5 p.m., I got the pleasure of walking through a gorgeous sunset. Sun's going down, but I'm hiking on. And here's my home for the night after 9 miles, most at night. I've got a beautiful view of Palm Springs in the background. Wonder if there's any Coachella people still lingering out there. Anyways, I'm gonna tuck into this leftover Easter food and call it a night. Good morning on day 13 of walking from Mexico to Canada. And we're off, starting walking for the day. I do love being in town, but I always miss being on trail, so it feels really, really good to be back out here. So today I'm walking up into the San Jacinto mountain range in the San Jacinto wilderness, which is the first kind of real mountain to get to on trail. So I'm excited for the change of pace from the desert hiking and for some new challenges. I'm still snacking on the Easter leftovers because I didn't get through them last night, and I want to make sure I eat it before it gets bad. The water source is a mile off trail, so I do have to add a bit of a detour to my day. Going down the mountain to get some water, just to walk right up the same trail. Yeah, let's go! Looks like I have to dip down there before heading back up the San Jacinto Massif. A few years back, this section was closed because of wildfire, and I'm just starting to see all the burned trees. And I'm entering the San Jacinto wilderness. Found a little friend on the sign. This section of trail has got some super steep drop-offs, so I gotta be careful about where I put my feet. The vastness of these mountains is really blowing my mind as an East Coast hiker out here for the first time. So this is the ridge that I've been hiking over. Looks pretty crazy from this angle. Wow, I just walked that. Got across a bit of a snowfield here. Would you look at all that snow? Somehow my mac and cheese seems to have run away, so I guess I just gotta do cheese tonight. Tonight I'm camping without my tent, just underneath the stars. It's called cowboy camping, and I'm at just under 8,000 feet, so pretty cool. You know, it was a chilly night when the water in your water bottle started to freeze. Good morning on day 14 of hiking from Mexico to Canada. Hey, the guitar is iced out. Fire. Today I hiked through the high altitude San Jacinto Mountains, the first real mountain range on the Pacific Crest Trail. Made it to 9,000 feet. This is the perfect way to spend Earth Day. I'm feeling especially grateful to be up here today. I'm beginning an 8,000 foot descent down the mountain. And the reason this descent is so big is because I have to get all the way down into that valley floor. I feel like this is what Poland Springs advertises all their water comes from. Scrumptious. Heading down the big old mountain, yeah. I can see my destination. It's that interstate right there, desert floor. Mountain starts down there and goes all the way up there. I've been walking through the snow for so long. Woo! I just wrote my first song of the PCT. It's called I Walked Here from Mexico, and I bet you can guess what it's about. The plants are definitely changing a lot as I get lower in elevation. No more big trees, more flowers. I can't quite see the sunset, but the rays that it's casting are just gorgeous. I enjoyed the perfect Earth Day dinner, sunset ramen in the shadow of Mount San Jacinto. I walked here from Mexico, down a dusty desert road. I walked here from Mexico, Southern California showed. I ain't out here on my own. I walked here from Mexico.